Alright, I think we're all good to go. Let's get stuff going here. Alright, so let me actually do this. I think it should be display capture. So I think I will do, I don't have too much time tonight because I work tomorrow. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a landscape. Alright, so it's gonna be wide. Let's think about this. Let's prep a bit so we can actually get some speed in here, because you can't really, if you don't have things planned out, it's gonna go a whole lot slower. So let's see. Oh, okay, not brother. Okay. All right, let's go to my faves here. Let me just do a. Yeah, I can write with this one. Or actually, ooh, sorry. Down a bit. All right, landscape. So I'm gonna actually pull up some inspo here. Let me actually pull up Pinterest. Now, I don't have any particular thing in mind at the moment, but let me go to my landscapes and environments pins here, and let me just show my capture here. Whoops, I don't know what I moved. Wasn't what I meant to move though. This sucker here. Okay, let me just sneak that guy up in the, what the freak? Up in the corner here. Sneaky. Sneaky, sneaky. Right up about here. I'll sneak that up there. Okay, so let me see. I'm actually going to pop up the sky. Yippee! Okay, let me move this off screen so it's not blocking anything. So I want to get some inspiration, so I'm gonna feel around something that I can do that's not too tough. Something that won't take me too long, but something that will still look nice. What kind of shapes do I feel like doing? Mountains might be. I think I could do mountains if they're more simplistic. Could challenge myself. This is an okay picture, but let's look at some more interesting stuff here. Interesting. Let's find something that's realistic enough. Is there a dark mode? Whoops. My bad. Let's see. I want something. Maybe I want something a bit blocky. But not quite that blocky. Ooh. Let's see. There's something about. Nothing's really popping at me here. Okay, how about. Ooh. I might be a bit tough with that. With the verticalness of that. That's cool. Monuments of sorts. Ooh. Hang on. I'm thinking something. Okay. Okay. Alright. These 3 swords, this monument of sorts. Okay. Maybe not swords in specific, but just maybe. I'm just getting good pictures. Inspiration. That's a weird ass thing to toss in here. This is art. I like. This is a very nice picture. I think I will get this guy here. Can I? Yeah, there we are. Okay. Nice. Okay. So I want swords sticking out of the ground. Now what kind of ground do I want it sticking out of is the other question. Let's see. I want... So I got them sticking out of the ground. Do I want it to be stony, grassy? Let's go back here. So now with the context of the swords here, I might forego mountains unless they're in the background. I want these swords to be big, so something... Let me just mark down here. Big swords. Monumental. Just to mark how big. You want them, you know, sort of awe-inspiring. What season? This should be... It's summer, but there's also winter. I wonder if I should do... Ooh. Maybe I should do something a bit snowy. Snowy, foggy. Well, snow is a bit tough. I want something maybe with this sort of feel. I might be making this tougher. Okay, I want this sort of feel. Grabbing this picture here, just popping it in my reference thing. Those swords, this sort of feel. Kind of this kind of... Ooh. Oh, maybe I can have a mixture. See if I can add that in, see if that, I can achieve that. Might be a bit tough. Okay, I want kind of this peeking out kind of thing. Catching a bit of the sun. So a bit of fogginess, a bit of that. Let me look up some references for maybe a tundra. Maybe something like... Let me just keep going down with this guy here. It's gonna be a lot of forests, but if I go something like this, that's a little bit better. Eesh, snowy mountains are a bit tougher than the regular. Okay, whoop. Okay, we are. I do want it to be so big swords, monumental, foggy. Peeking above. Whoa. The clouds. Okay, what the really big one at the back. Maybe a broken blade. You know what? Maybe I want this to be a giant sort of graveyard. Let's see. Story. Giant's grave. Maybe a burial or a burial. Burial, whatever the heck. Makes more sense. Sort of giant's burial. And while those would be swords, well, those would be monumental swords. Real. Monument. I want some really big swords for sure. Scattered about, poking out of the ground. But I want one really big one at the back that is like a monument carved out of the mountain. Okay. I think I can achieve that. Carved out of mountain. Because giants could achieve that. And do I want this open or a bit more secluded? Secluded by the fog, but do I want it physically barred? Like maybe it's kind of like this where you're kind of opening up into a wider space. But I feel like that wouldn't work out as well with how wide I've got it here. It'd be good for maybe some vertical. Or maybe I want it vast for sure. I want it vast. Vast. Swords. That one peaks above the clouds. This be off to the right a bit. This. Okay. Fast. Bit of fog intermittently, and then. Okay. Okay. I need less. Something that gets closer to this. No lakes. I don't want a forest. Yeesh. Well, pretty swanky here. Don't want a forest. Something like kind of this feeling. Oh, or like this. This is kind of something almost like this, but this is very vertical. I have to make up for it with the width. But let me just save that in here just to show that it's kind of the feeling I'm going for. Okay. I think. Let me just look up snow just for some technical reference, I guess. I want it to be Something that's not... Ooh. I want snow like this. I want snow like this. Sharp. This is a harsh snow. Well, these are nice, but you know, this would make more sense with lots of wind, but I like this harsh snow. All right, let's try that. Let's try that now. Okay. Now I'm gonna just hide this. Let's go back to this guy here. Okay. Perfect. So I'm just gonna have my references up here. You can't quite see them, but sorry, let me show you. Never mind, because that's not capturing my display. Alright. Oh, let me just check my volume. Not capturing my display. Alright. Oh, let me just check my volume. I think it's good. Oh yeah. Okay, let's see. So, let me get to some Transperial. Secluded, but kind of like in the open. Harsh. It is not a happy place for sure. I think that should be good to start. Let's get with some thumbnail sketching, I think, here. While keeping this in mind. So we're looking at about this kind of size, maybe. So I want the horizon real low. Mayhaps down about here. Different. Gotta get that snow in there. Still mountains. Mountain on the side there. And I want this to go like that, but if there were a mountain there, I want that to be kind of, sort of, let's do something like that. Let's kind of keep the mountainous. Maybe they carved kind of like a portion of it into the mountain, as if it was laying down. You lay down your blade. And I'll put to rest here. It gets foggy up here. Then I should definitely bring this way back here. Something like that. Something like that. I would probably move that a bit more to the left and make it maybe a bit smaller. I think it's too big. as it stands there. In fact, let me fix that. Sword is big, but it's already big enough just by being in the background. Okay. Let's kind of have it. Continue out over there. Something like that. Something like that. This part would be peeking out over the top. What kind of cloud should we have? Should we have very misty? I want this to this side to really show. Really kind of show you. Really show you that. That mountain can be covered up, it's alright. I need to. That might be a bit big. But that way we can show. As long as they're not on the same height. Something kind of like that-ish, maybe. What's another angle I can take this at? Because I want to keep it low. Instead of, this is very dynamic. What if I made it more, very dynamic. What if I made it more still? Sort of like the picture of the swords we saw at the start there. Just very straight, very still. Including the big guy. Let's adjust our, let's keep that horizon. If I want something like, something like that. If I want something like that. Something like that-ish. Okay. We'll mess with the size of that later. But just so it's like kind of in the background. I was way back there. Maybe I'll have a plateau here. Another one over here. Keep some stuff happening. Kind of rightward stuff. Way in the back. Yeah, I'll have a mountain in the something here. Something back there, but I feel like that's not around the same. Okay, I gotta bring this further back up about too far. Yeah, this is a bit too big in the picture here. We'll just get the idea, shrink it down. Something that's a bit better. And I want this to be like one of the tallest things here. Okay, then we want something right in the foreground here. Let's kind of bar this part off. Sun may be coming from this way. Let's think about that. Kind of going that way. That's where the highlight will be, up here. Maybe some stuff over here. That's where the mountainous shapes will come in. So we want something strong here. And everything beyond that will be much, much smaller in the distance to signify and very straight. Was that the Apple notification I heard in this lo-fi? And some stuff. Something kind of about the same size. Something about there. Want something a bit big, kind of right up against the sky as well. That feels a bit better. I like this second one a lot more. I'm glad I explored that. Now, the cloud line will be going up to there, so something like that. I like that. That thumbnail. Okay, let's get to it then. Or actually, yeah, okay, so about maybe this guy. This, about this height. Okay. Let me look at this snow here. That vibe, this snow. Is my thing fully diagonal here? This is up, this is down. Damn, that looks weird. Oh, it's folded under itself, that's why. I'm so confused. There we go. Looking like a normal human now. Alright. Oh. Yeah. Let's get the general flow of these shapes thinking. I'll have the ground flow kind of that way. Spike words from here. Let me think. From this guy. We had this guy kind of come down here. Come down. Just like that. There's some stuff going on over here. And the further it goes in the background. Seconds. Got to signify that depth there. Let's get there. Yeah, it looks a bit messy, but I can start to feel what that signifies there. So we start getting a bit angular. Kind of like that. Something like that. Something like that. And then we want big guy up here. So we want these, instead of starting from the bottom, let me start from the top. And let me look at my reference here. I want something a bit symbolic up here. Let's see. Kind of liked what I had going on there. The shape of the hilt there, but the cap needed some what did it need? Let me think of something symbolic in this hypothetical giant burial. Let me quickly run through a few symbols. Okay, so standard ball on top, not great. I think that would just be gross there. What if something almost like, or hang on. Or just the standard. Maybe something like that. Oh, maybe it. Perhaps. Well, what size of a cloth would you need to get that? That'd be incredible. But I might go with that kind of. I might need to. I have it going down and then draping after that. I think I might. Whoops, might be able to. Might stick with. Ooh, even. Something more. I think these are. A mixture. Unless, oh, this is so tough. I kind of like the simplicity of this guy here. But I like the. Kind of almost prefer this. I like this. This guy there, we'll stick with that. Makes sense. Okay. Alright, so straight down from here, let's. That's a bit too. Let's have that a bit straighter. Something like that. And then we want to want the handle to be a bit rough. I want this kind of just almost dead on, this guy here. Oh, what does this sucker look like? Oof. bring that sucker. Yeah, it's a sketch. I shouldn't worry about it too much. Is what I'm trying to tell myself here. Looking almost like a certain sword. This here. Oh, that would have been... How about instead of that then? Boom, saved. Something like that. Something like that. Cool. Let's give this a bit of like that. And then we want a big, strong blade. If that's a bit skinny, we need a bit thicker, more monumental. Kind of a lot straighter. This handle feels a bit... Oh, I'm a dumbass. Not completely, though. Okay. Also wasn't even straight. Something kind of like that. It's got like no texture right now. That's alright. It's a very, very rough sketch we're doing right now. So something like that. We want this rockiness to come through. This back of it to kind of recede as this kind of rises through it. Okay. There we are. Something like that. Then we want to bring in that in here. Got want this guy just to bring some depth into the kind of like that. That's the encasing I'm doing there, I think. Okay, let me Well, I've gotten that. Do I have this kind of... I need this sort of monumental feeling. So I think having this guy right here is very... something almost like that. Yeah. Okay, let me... But I don't want this the same thickness. I want it a bit thicker. Which one do I have on the left? I think I need about this much, or actually this. Ah, straight lines. Oh my gosh. It makes that look like the same. I think that's okay. I think that should be okay. We'll just do that. Let me get rid of any stuff in the back here. I'll just do that. There we are. Add some layer. Something like that. Okay. So I could definitely moved up the horizon line a little bit. Okay. So now that we got the big guy, let me get some other guys in here. Actually, let me just draw this guy. This is kind of going. So let me just kind of go like this. So if this were right over here, it's kind of. Do something like that. That should be enough of a representation, I would think. Let me just move that sucker. To where I think it will suit. That would be kind of a tangent there, that would be a tangent there. Feel too something like that would be okay. That looks okay. I'll just erase the inside of that. Something like that. It's okay. Just to get some angles in there. Still straight up and down, but uh-oh, did I have that too angled though? I think I did. Mayhaps. Or was it better when I kept the... Was it better when I kept the straight up and down also? It might be. See if that should also just save me some time. So let me just do this then. Do this. And let me just copy and paste this everywhere, essentially. This guy. What about here? The heck? This guy, if I recall, was maybe about this big here. Oh, this is my biggest guy here. About, maybe I want him skinny and tall. I think that would work out. Just right about here. Okay, then I want to copy and paste this guy. Okay, oh, I'm on this layer. Copy and paste, move that sucker. Where else was, oh, I really should have kept that, well, there's one right here. Let's get a wide one in here. Let's move that down because it's a bit closer than that guy. Let's have about that much of the sword peeking. Okay. Let's get down on this guy. You know, just a lot of... It's easier than drawing them out personally. But I could just do that too. But I think this is better for composition as well. Especially when I get to this sort of point. Okay. So we got that guy down. Get some more. Well, just to kind of triangulate around here. So I think this is okay. Maybe just a wider sword here. Uber wide. Just to create some variety. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, I think that should be okay. Kind of like there. Okay. All right, I have to get this small guy. Kind of on this side of that. Making a lot of layers, but I'm gonna merge them all down in just a second. Actually make this even smaller. Feels too evenly spaced, but I'll okay. At that point, I think I will just draw them. Okay, let me merge all these down. Okay. And now I'll keep these on a separate layer just in case for now. Just in case I completely change the design. It should be okay enough. Right. I'll have different kind of sword shapes that I'm gonna kind of just fool around with. Simple enough ones though. Something like that. Kind of like that. Looks a bit busy, but let me start doing the fun stuff. So I want this to be maybe, let's bounce it up. Let's get that brightness a bit up. Sky is gonna be, ooh, maybe a bit too bright there. Sky's gonna be kind of like this sucker here. Sky is gonna be like that. Kind of like that. And the back elements are gonna be kind of like this. Maybe like this. So maybe this is gonna be like the back elements. Figure that out. get these guys. Go like that. Just the regulars. Let's go a bit darker. Gonna be kind of the mids. Kind of. I'm gonna just start darkening as I come forward. Kind of like that, sucker. This is just, I'm not coloring it like this, I'm just setting the value range, is essentially what I'm just doing right now. Okay, and let me just, while I'm here, get all this set up. Just gonna have this as like a kind of value reference layer so I don't get lost in the sauce here when I start blending down colors. Then I want the darkest here. Clearly. Bring this, and this one maybe, and this guy here. And that would include kind of this. Make a separate kind of portion here. Let's get this guy back in the back. This guy be way up front here. Maybe I've already gotten lost in the sauce, but I'll figure it out. Something kind of like this. So let me get this guy up top. Where's the line art stuff? Let me merge this guy down. I don't know what that layer is. Oh, that's my new layer. Okay. So now I want something kind of like this sort of value. Sort of value, and I want the clouds to be blue. With blue, I want it to be this kind of blue. It's a bit of a cooler blue, which means I have to brighten it a bit as I saturate. Oof, that's very. I want that to be just up here, maybe. But what I'll do is we'll start with the light here. I'll just get the whole thing. Get this line up. Okay, now Now, let's get into the fun stuff. I want a bit darker, a bit grayer. No. Yeah? No, a bit bluer. Want this to the clouds break through. I'm gonna keep this relatively quick, I think, just in general. Otherwise, I'm not gonna have time to sleep before work tomorrow. Something like this. Sun's gonna be up a bit. So it's gonna be a bit darker down here, a bit more saturated. Not a crazy amount. Because I actually let's bring up the blue saturation. There we are. Because if I make the sky a bit too dark, then it's not going to look like a sky anymore. It's going to be competing with this other value range. Just going to get that sucker to be like that for a bit. Get that. So I want it kind of like that. Give those some wispiness. Oh, I love this brush. Gives me the perfect chance to get that in there. And I want the sun coming down from that direction, so I'm just gonna have touches. I want it a bit more saturated. I'll just jump straight to the sun color, but have it very like that. Something like that. It's just touches. Especially around here, just touches otherwise. I can get the right feeling I'm looking for. So I gotta dial it back a little bit, just to here. From here. Oh. I can get it to that kind of touch. I think I want a bit too much up top there. Something like that. Something kind of like that. That feels kind of peaky, just for the backgroundness of it. That feels okay for now. A little bit. More skies coming from this direction. Just to kind of signify where. That looks okay. I want... So that's the nice background there. I'm keeping everything kind of very loose because otherwise I'm screwed. We got 5 sick days left, so I think I'd say I'm keeping that value range very light. I might be dipping into the mid range here a bit too much. With those blues. Yeah, I very much had a mid. So instead of this, you always gotta be careful. I did something like that instead, kind of like. I feel a bit more glowy, but it's a little bit more manageable here. We get a bit more wispy in the sand. That should be okay. Gonna have to dial it back just enough. Let me test it here. Hey. Should be okay. All right. Let's get another layer in for, we can also just do a little bit of adjustment right after. Oh, hang on a second here. There we are. Oh, I'm thirsty. All right. So, zoom in just a bit so we can see a little bit better. I want these swords to be, what material do I want this? Well, clearly, let me start with the mountain first. Let me dial in this mountainous shape. I want something mid-rangey. Perhaps I want a bronze. But if it's going to be in the back, Not enough there. Still very much. Yeah, I would be fighting the midtones on that one. Making that look gray there. And that looks gray as hell. Isn't that funny? I'm rubbing that on there. Whoa. Maybe that's because I'm on the sketch layer. Wow, that would help. Like what, 15% opacity? All right, let me actually get this. Let me pull that. Something like mayhaps I want, because if we do something like that, it's gonna look very not quite what I'm looking for. So let me just do a quick material up here. I want this to be kind of base color do I want this to be? So if I were to want this to be something about this color. Okay. This is the color I want it to be. Let me get the ambient light, very blue, and push it strongly towards this, up and towards the gray. Let me just do it with the direction of the light here at least. So this is going to be somewhat metallic. Just to push it a bit more. It's a little bit better. So it's kind of sunny. I might need to do two kind of parts for this because the top part. Wait, what am I thinking of? This is not going to be a bronze. This is going to be more of a rock color. Okay. Solves that. It also helps me with the value structure here. Okay, so I want something there. I want it kind of in the yellowish. Let me put it to something very close to gray, but kind of like this. So this is the base color. Let me do two of them. One kind of in the sun, one kind of overcast. So first of all, I want that shadow. Let me lock this up. So I want that shadow. Maybe the sunlight one, just because it's easy. Shadow is going to be very much going towards the blue. Very much dimming down. That's very green. So what we need, going a bit there and a bit down. That feels not enough. That's probably because it's way back in the atmosphere. Okay, let me do something real quick. This is our material. This is our material. Let's jump it. That's right, more gray and down. No, I was going away from gray. So this kind of shadow away from the sun. It's gonna go like that. It's gonna be our ambient light is gonna be very blue, a bit of a higher bounce. Less of that blue and more of this blue. Kind of like that. Bounce light is going to be very like this kind of color. Depends how close you are. And with our highlight here, it's going to be closer to the sun. It's going to go up and go a bit grayer. Less saturated because it's rock. And there we are. Sorts. Not really going to be much for specular. It's kind of like sunlight. We're going to start with that shadow color again. So we're going to ambient. It's going to be more of a maybe it's going to be a bit more like that. Around the rim here, bounce light, maybe a little bit. I'm just going to take up the middle. Gonna add any highlights. We're very muted. Almost like that. Ish. You know, just to get the idea down. Now let's bump up. That would be the key difference there. And of course I gotta remember that it's way far back. So that's just me doing a little practice there. Just to make sure I know what I'm doing. So let me get the base color in again. Want this. moved way over to this kind of color. Except atmosphere. Except even further beyond. Except it's gonna look extra gray in the blue. A little bit of blue. That's gonna look a bit better. Start from the atmosphere, then pull up. Just learned that now. There's gonna be no differentiation essentially between here, or it starts to become the back mountain. Okay. Maybe I'll keep the edges a bit fuzzy just for fun. Do this for right now. Let's bring that in. Let's get all that on. We'll start blocking out shadows and highlights here. Just keeping that feeling, that rocky feeling. Keeping that rocky, mountainy feeling best I can. Something like that. And I'll actually also add on some of this. Let me at least pretend like it's there. That might be covered in mostly snow, but I can add that after. Whoops, that's not my drink. And this isn't my drink anymore either. I'm finished. All right, we got something locked in kind of there. I'm gonna keep this rough, but I kind of want even lower, oops, wrong thing, even lower opacity. I want this shadow shape there. Actually, even more than that, let me think. I want this top to be metal, I think. So let me actually change that. Real something more. That's better. That's a little bit better. But personally, that's more like it. was looking for something more. Ah, that might be a bit too gold. That's... something in between there. I'll figure it out there, but I think that's okay to start. So I want this. This is very rocky, very mountainous, so let me block out those shapes with, start with a bit darker, a bit bluer, darker, and a bit grayer. Oof, too dark. Okay, a bit bluer, edge down to the darker gray. So that is more than enough. I might need to actually less. There we are. Add a bit too much gray. Sunlight coming strongly from that direction. Key here. This. Like this whole half of the blade would be covered in dark. Want that to be behind that. Okay. That should be okay there. Actually, should get far closer to this blue. Oh, hang on. Just blocking out shadows and shapes here. I'll figure out the atmosphere just a second. Thinking too far ahead, I won't be thinking at all. This will be an indentation. Likely not to see. Straight from okay, something like that almost. Something like that. I want that. Okay. Think about it like that. Something like that would be cool. Signify that's a bit further away. Cool. I'm kind of treating this as the main kind of thing. I should separate the yeah, I will separate. I'll keep that as kind of the same. And I want this to be something a bit different here. Because I need this to stick out. This, not so much. Actually, let me get rid of this entirely. Would even be too much. Okay. So let me add in the ambient light, which I'll take kind of this, push down a bit. Push down a bit more. Push up a bit. Slightly more saturated. That's better. Okay. So now let me get this ambient light in. Especially up here. Pretty much gonna be covering this whole blade potentially. This might be darker than the OG shadow color. That's all right. It's kind of what I was aiming for earlier. Yeah, we're a little bit better. Something like that. Especially since it's further back. Keep it cloudy. What does it look like without the sketches? It looks okay. I'll probably refine it a bit more. Actually, I could probably refine it a bit now. Okay. Something like that. Okay. A little bit of cloudiness is okay. But yeah, I want to be able to recognize this without it. Yeah. Does the line work? I think that's okay. Okay, then let me now do a little bit of bounce light. So I think realistically, bounce light would actually be something like this from the clouds. Or from itself. So let me do the darker side first. Really highlight this side with the something like that. Keep this to the less bounce. A little bit less bounce on this side. Something like that. Actually, let me cut through this with some if I can cut through this because I want some cloud in front of it a little bit. Wonder if I can. Not being the quickest or the roughest right now, but I am trying my best. Okay. Now let me add it's a bit too much. That's better. Very low key. Do the easy part. On the blade. Oops. Kind of go down like that. Something like that. There, it's looking pretty big and in the distance now. Okay. Something like that. Okay. Oh, I'm not very talkative right now. Or just in general the stream. I am pretty focused though. Which is a good thing for now. Like that is pretty slick. Slick so far. And let's see. Something like that works well. There we go. Actually, it's a bit rough, but I think that is kind of what I want to accomplish. I think I'll keep it like that. Up here. Something like that. To show it really hits the sun up top. Next to metallic. Still want it to look very specular though. You know what? Something like that. Works just fine in times like these. I think that works. Yeah. Let me just do the top real quick. I think that's okay. Oof. Spent too much time on the sword already, I think. Alright, let me get the... darker. This more saturated, less saturated. Actually, it's pretty direct. Okay. A bit light. Okay. Probably like this. Though I kind of want something like this. No, it blends in a bit too much. How about this? Okay, that's okay on the back side there. What really will make this shine is the front side. Let me get those reflections in there. Or just some texture, I should say. Okay. I kind of like this thing going on. Alright, something like that. Then it's very specular. Something like that. That look good enough? Sure do. Might even get a bit of this going on. Oops. Can't even see my buttons. A little bit of a brightness there for something like that. Oh, stuff in the distance is hard to do. The Solify is keeping me alive. Okay. Next. Might even tone that down even a little bit more. But next is this kind of mountain back here. A little mountain range back here. So let's say we want something about Well, actually, let's simplify it. Let's keep it simple. Next one. Oops. Hey. Oh no, that is a new layer. Okay, let's keep it simple. So, I want something about that value. Which that is brighter than that? We'll find out. So going from a darker, let's actually think of it like a darker. Let's think of it coming back from a darker spot of blue, which means we'll have to lighten it a bit. Coming back from a darker spot of blue, kind of like that. Okay, let's... Get that in there. All right. Am I... How much do I have left on this? I don't actually have that much long left on that. All right, gotta be careful of that. I want that coming in at me like that. Kind of tough to keep it that vibe, but okay. I want make sure my shadows are still a bit bluer. So let's saturate them a bit more. Reset. Kind of like that. Kind of like that. Perfect. Imagine that to be sort of all kind of over there. Kind of like that. I'll just go a little bit underneath just in case. A little bit underneath just in case. Yeah, something like this. Like that. Ugh. Just not bright enough to distinguish it from the background. Or actually, I want it darker. Do I? Kind of a bit darker. Or at least just more distinct. Something like that should be okay. Let's get from that to something a bit more Or ambient. It'll be kind of cloudy-ish with this. The more towards us we go, the more ambient it should get, I think. I think we're getting there. We're getting the feeling. Getting that cloudiness. I think we're getting there. I didn't know if I would make it very well in time. I've got about 1 more hour left, but I think I'll do well enough that hour to kind of catch where I'm trying to get. I actually think that's pretty good for what I got there. I don't want to mess with that anymore. And if I need to, I'll go back to it. Okay. So next I want this guy here. And for that, maybe something like that. The snow's pretty bright. Maybe. What if I did this? Darker. I think that works better. That's still closer. And this is where I get that. Yeah. Where, whoops, pressing all the wrong buttons here. Okay. That's debatable, but we'll work on that. Okay. So as we get closer to here, what I'll actually want is something a bit lighter. Oof. Instead of super light, we'll go. It's very ambient as it gets closer to me, so I want. This is still very small over there, so what I want is something more Actually, I'll do darker bits first. Actually, I want more gray in the darker bits. Okay, I think that's okay. Oops. I want to keep this kind of sense of direction. Sense of direction. Okay. There to be some more fog back there. Well, at least I think it mostly like this. Something like that. So when I get back here, I do something. Base color, bit warmer, bit brighter. Grayer. I think that's a bit too icy. That's a bit better. That's lovely. As far as I can tell. Oh, this has been a lot of learning from me and a lot of trusting the process, which is very tough. And if you're wondering why I'm very quiet, it's a combination of two things, just me being focused and also my family being asleep upstairs. You know how it is. Oh. That's better. Let's do something like that. Okay. Okay. Oof. It's getting very warm here. And it is just me. Holy shit. Oh, my back. Screwed it up today at work. Too much heavy lifting, I think. Okay, now there's not enough separation between the layers here, so what do I need? Something almost like that. Or maybe just exactly like that. Alright. Now, there. I want these swords. Trons. Okay. Let's make this an easier process on ourselves. And add this in between here. Something like that. That's cool.
We hope you enjoy your stay.
I'll just go back way over here. I didn't like that one at all. My bad. Let's see. Center that a bit. I think that should be nice. Alright. So something kind of... Alright. When I simplify things a bit, it gets a bit better. So I can flow a little bit better, make some better decisions. And I have to think about what people are really going to be looking at and what they're going to see, what their eyes are going to gravitate towards. That'll be bigger over there. These guys will not need any form personally. Keep that there. Okay. I'm going to add these guys who are still behind this, but add more of these sorts of elements. Add something there. Okay, 1, 2. Oops, that looks ugly. Common mistake. like that. Okay. Then these guys will have another. Something like that. Like that. I think the darker blue suits it better. And with this, but darker. For these guys. We add some interest to that. It's a boring blade. That's not any cooler. That's too harsh. Let me shorten this up. Okay. Something like that. Oh. Something like that. Something like this. Okay. What? That should be good enough. Something like that. This one used to be a wide blade. Something this. That. Oops. I'm gonna make a sword, might as well make it even. Like that. About the same. Okay. Oh, well, we've got this. Anyone who's stuck around long enough, I don't know why, but anyone who has, can probably tell the great difference in speed compared to previously. And now just imagine all of this thinking and all of this not trusting the process, but without a plan. I'd be screwed. I don't think I'd be even up to this point if I didn't do that. Oh, this guy needs to go high. What's this guy? That's a bit. Alright. Okay. Hi. Okay. Okay, that's better. Ugh. From here to here. Here to here. Oh. Maybe I should use the tools available to me. Perhaps. I think this one's going to be kind of... That. I don't really need to do that side, but... Good practice. Yikes, that's chunky. Feels okay. Let me get this butt. Something like this going. That. Then I actually want Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. Something like this. Oh, we're good. We're doing good on time here. Oops. Hmm. Just some fun texture. Okay. I'll turn this into a light frosting. Wow, just like that, I made some pretty cool ice. Never done that before. Pretty slick, I think. I mean, could look a bit better, but this is where soft eraser comes in. Bring in that ambiance. Something like that. Something like that. Makes it seem bright. That's okay there. Cool. Might actually need to. Something almost like that. Something almost like that, I think. So the size. That looks better. Okay. Okay. Something like this, I think, is okay. I'm kind of running out of time here, so I think this would be pretty well. I think one last thing I need. There's a color mode. Not that. Okay. That's a bit better. I think I felt like I covered up too much of the background I spent a bunch of time on, you know? I think that's good there. Mayhaps a bit of... What the fuck? What the hell? That? Is that? Oh, I'm erasing. Not the smartest. That's a bit better. Like the silhouette wasn't reading well enough. Oh, I like that glowish effect. Oh, yeah, I think that's good. I have to go to bed anyways. Alright. Oh, okay. There we are. Sounds good. Perfect. Oh, so this here. Is the finished piece. And I did that in 3 hours and 9 minutes. And like 20 to 30 minutes of that was just planning it out. This is like it's not incredible, but it's incredible to me because of how much I learned just doing this one here. And just how many things I've tried to apply here that sort of worked out. And I think I'm happy with that. And I'm just thinking to myself, if I were to take on a bigger project, and because I haven't really planned things out as well as this before, even though I'm doing it all on the spot. I could do a little bit of planning. I just have like a little bit of inspiration, and sometimes I pull up references for, what I need. I don't think I pull up any references at all for this. I just kind of, well, I have mine up here, but like, those are kind of mood references. And then I just kind of went with the flow, and then I think having it really planned out and visualized in my head really sped up that process for sure. Well, pretty slick. Oh, this is going straight on my Twitter. Then I'm going to bed. Alright, well, for anyone who's here, thanks for watching. And for anyone watching this after I'm done streaming, who the heck watches VODs? Go to bed. Anyways, that's what I'm doing. I hope you have a good night, because it's always going to be nighttime when I'm done. Have a good night. Let me try that again. I'm not gonna... That's how I say goodnight to my girlfriend, kind of. Just that last one. I don't like the tone of that. Not for this. Thanks for watching. See you next time. I'm out.